Pure and Microsoft have been working together really since probably the start of Pure Storage about 15 years ago as we entered the market. What we were originally known for was all-flash data storage, and where that was used for high-performance OLTP applications, and most of those based on SQL Server. What are the main priorities you're hearing and kind of focused on from the Azure storage side?
I would distill it down to like three key categories. Number one is, should not be a surprise to everybody, artificial intelligence. We want to make sure we keep Azure storage data closer to the AI platforms such as Microsoft Foundry, Copilot. Also, data to other AI developers leveraging Azure as an infrastructure for their end-to-end AI development. So that's our number one priority. Second one would be, we wanted to bring all the mission critical applications that are running on-prem, on cloud, and then that's an area that we have been closely partnering with Pure on. Number three is storage services for cloud native, such as applications running on Kubernetes, customers modernizing their applications from legacy to more cloud native, right? But if you think about those three categories, investment in each of those categories will accrue to others as well. But we just have to be mindful about each one has its own nuances. And then we should be mindful about how those investments relate to each other. I believe pure investment in hosting mission critical as well as in cloud native would accrue to AI as well.
Our company kind of priorities and what we deliver couldn't be more well aligned, because I think about our core of serving mission critical applications. We talked about what we did with SQL Server right at the founding of the company and those OLTP applications, but we've since expanded out to cover analytical use cases, AI use cases, our Portworx division, which provides stateful storage and storage services for Kubernetes-based workloads. And then, obviously what most recently we brought together is Pure Storage Cloud Azure Native, bringing those capabilities into a first-party like Azure Service, directly embedded in your console, really connecting everything we're doing on premises into what we're doing with the Azure cloud. I'm curious, how are partners factoring into that vision that you just laid out in those three priorities?
No, actually, partners are critical to that. In fact, the reason that our partnership has been flourishing is, starting with the AVS workload. You guys have been hosting AVS, VMware workload for number of years.
Yeah, right there from the start too. Just
right, the customer requirements, and then having customer such as a customer running Pure appliance on-prem, and then seamless migration to cloud without retooling their data is a key thing for us. And also Pure, we have been two engineering teams have been partnering together for last couple of years very closely. So we're very excited about the opportunity and partnering with Pure to bring those customers to Azure. So I think that's a very, in my opinion, very critical to our success, and not just for the mission critical workloads. In fact, bringing those data to Azure and then making it closer to our AI platform meets all the priorities that we wanted to try to
That's
achieve.
The key, right? That first step to take advantage of all those AI developments and kind of leading capabilities that are here in the Azure cloud. Your data's got to be there. There's this race to innovate, this race to take advantage of those capabilities. And so what you're providing here and what we're able to do together allows customers to lift and shift really easily based on their VMware footprint, and then get to the Azure cloud and leverage the capabilities you have here exactly so they can bring their data to AI.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. We started out with VMware, which is a key workload, but I can be more excited expanding into other workloads, right? You mentioned about being successful with SQL, and I think the next step is for us to branch it out to other enterprise workloads.
Yeah, we're about there, right? Really supporting Azure VM and the native service and everything that sits on top of that. Supporting OpenShift through Portworx and really just AKS and that underlying support we have there too, providing customers that consistent experience wherever their virtualization journey is going to go. And I appreciate Microsoft has just developed this platform for us to partner and do that and build and deliver services in a very cloud native way.